Good morning, students. We are going to start the second part of the first chapter, The Rise of Nationalism in Europe. In the first class, I explained from the beginning till the Treaty of Vienna. The provisions of the Treaty of Vienna we discussed in the previous class. Today we are continuing further. The first section is the Age of Revolutions. So two revolutions we are going to discuss in this section. One is the July Revolution. Please keep your textbook also along with you so that you can follow very easily. July Revolution started in 1830. What were the causes of the July Revolution? First cause. In 1815, after the Treaty of Vienna, aristocratic government was formed. And this aristocratic government introduced a number of restrictions. Restrictions on newspaper, restrictions on books, and restrictions on ideas. So the liberals questioned and criticized these restrictions and they demanded freedom of press. This led to a revolution between the autocratic government and the liberals in July 1830. What were the results of this revolution? First, the liberals defeated the autocratic government in France and established a constitutional monarchy. Constitutional monarchy means monarch was subjected to the constitution. Secondly, Belgium broke away from Netherlands. These were the two results of the July Revolution. Second, the Greek War of Independence. It started in 1821. Greece was under the Ottoman Empire. Ottoman Empire means the present Turkey. And Greece demanded independence. And the war started between Greece and Turkey in 1821. And at the end, the war came to an end in 1832 with a treaty signed between them. The treaty is called the Treaty of Constantinople. According to the Treaty of Constantinople, Greece became an independent country. Let us proceed to another section. The great economic hardships in Europe, 1830s. Why there was a great economic hardships in Europe in 1830s? So many reasons are mentioned there. Let us analyze one by one. The first reason. In 19th century, there was a sharp increase in population all over Europe. So when population increased, the demand of the people also increased. Second point, there was a great problem of unemployment. Job seekers were more. Third, people started migrating from villages to towns and cities. Next, when they started migrating from village to cities, cities were overcrowded and slums were created. The next reason, criminal activities also started and increased in cities and towns. Next, agricultural production sharply declined. That led to sharp increase in the prices of the food items. So, there was a great hardship in Europe in 1830 to 1840s. Let us proceed to the next section, the Frankfurt Parliament. The Frankfurt Parliament in Germany. What is the importance of Frankfurt Parliament in Germany? On 18th May 1848, all 831 elected members of the German Parliament, German National Assembly, assembled in the Church of St. Paul, Frankfurt. Why they assembled in the Church of St. Paul? Because the Parliament House was locked by the government. There they drafted a constitution for the German nation. And they wanted to establish parliamentary monarchy. Monarch subjected to parliament. And the post was offered to Frederick William IV. But unfortunately, Frederick refused the post. So that is the importance of the Frankfurt Parliament. Let us go and discuss about three new concepts now. One is the German unification, second, Italian unification, and third, British unification. So let us talk about the German unification. What are the stages of the German unification, or what are the process of German unification? Germany was divided into 39 states. Among these 39 states, the most important state was Prussia. Why Prussia was most important? Because it was very extensive and the ruler was very powerful. And in Prussia, there were large number of big landlords called Junkers. And Prussia took the leadership of German unification. Prussian chief minister Otto von Bismarck was the architect of German unification. Prussian King William I also supported Bismarck. Bismarck adopted the policy of revolutionary method to unify Germany. He fought 3 wars in 7 years to unify Germany. He fought against Austria, fought against Denmark, fought against France. Defeated all these countries and joined with Prussia. Thus in January 1871, Germany was unified. And it was unified under King William I. The official ceremony took place on 18th of January 1871 at Palace of Versailles. And King was given a title Kaiser. So the king of unified Germany was called Kaiser William I. This is the process of German unification. Let us go to Italian unification. Same way, Italy was also divided into 7 states. Among these 7 states, the most important state was Sardinia, Piedmont, because it was very extensive and the ruler was very powerful. And the chief minister and the king of Sardinia, Piedmont were the architects of Italian unification. The chief minister was Count Cavour and the king was King Victor Emmanuel II. There were other 2 leaders also in Italian unification. They were Giuseppe Mazzini and Giuseppe Garibaldi. Garibaldi attacked 2 Sicilies and occupied both the states and joined with Sardinia. Thus, 1861, Italian unification was completed and Victor Emmanuel was declared the Emperor of unified Italy. So from where we move to British unification. There's a difference between German-Italian unification with that of British unification. The difference is that Italian and German unification was achieved through revolutionary method, whereas British unification was achieved through peaceful processes. In England, there were some ethnic groups: English, Welsh, Scot, and Irish. Among these ethnic groups, English ethnic group was most powerful, and they wanted to impose their culture, their language on other ethnic groups. In 1688, British Parliament became supreme, and they passed an act in 1707 called Act of Union. According to the Act of Union, England and Scotland was unified. Later, England also occupied Welsh and tried to occupy Irish. But the Catholics and Irish under Wolfe Tone resisted it, but finally England occupied it in 1798. Thus, the British unification was completed in 1801. After the unification of England, they adopted 3 important symbols. The British flag, number 1, called the Union Jack. The British national anthem says, God save our noble king, and they adopted British language as English. We move from there to the next topic, visualizing the nation. In 18th century, European nations tried to personify their nations. They portrayed nation as female figure, and it is called allegory of the nation. French allegory was Marianne, and it represents liberty, justice, and republic. German allegory was Germania. It represents German heroism. Finally, we come to the last topic of the chapter, the Balkan crisis or Balkan issue. The Balkan area were under Ottoman Empire, under Turkey, because Turkey was most powerful at that time. The Balkan countries were Romania, Bulgaria, Croatia, Bosnia, like that. So when Ottoman Empire began to decline, Balkan countries demanded independence. So there was a fight between Balkan countries and Ottoman Empire. At the same time, Balkan countries started internal fight to expand their territories. So the Balkan area became an intense conflict areas. At the same time, some European countries also tried to occupy Balkan area like Russia, Germany, England and Austria. And these fights ultimately led to the First World War. Thus, we have completed the first chapter. I am sending you a worksheet or an assignment. Please try to find out the answer from this worksheet.